Alright, what is up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Touring Taste Buds. I'm Chad.
And I'm Steph.
And today is all about
why we chose the RV life, specifically via Airstream. Cat coming through.
Cat's about to come flying through the screen.
Okay.
So, today we want to cover every single reason why we got an Airstream and
also why we chose to live in an RV or trailer or whatever, camper, whatever you want to call it in general.
So, we've gotten asked a lot, why did we decide to live in an RV?
Let's roll it back about a year, actually. Almost exactly a year. Exactly a year from today, actually.
Yeah.
Fun fact. Exactly a year ago from today, we were signing a lease on an apartment in Fayetteville, Arkansas. And, you know, we were just kind of going with the motions. Our other apartment was falling apart. And so we moved into a new apartment. And we were like, sure, let's sign that year lease. That sounds like a great idea. I was working a corporate job. Chad was working like in a mixture of finance and marketing. And also a free agent in the NFL. We were just kind of stagnant, both in our careers and kind of in our life in general. We knew all along we didn't want to live in Fayetteville. And
no offense to anyone that lives in Fayetteville. We loved growing up here, but we wanted to get out. Side note, our cat has this toy. If you haven't seen our video about traveling with pets, check it out. Link up here.
This is his best friend.
This is Ace's best friend. He brings it everywhere. He actually just brought it from the floor up here with us. So here you go, bro. Sorry.
We were kind of feeling a little bit stagnant in career life. Like, we just didn't feel like we were really fulfilling a purpose, or we weren't getting really fulfilled on a daily basis. So we figured we might as well make a change. We probably didn't have in mind that drastic of a change that we were going to end up making, but we started thinking, kind of like wheels spinning, on what we wanted to do differently, because nothing was going to change unless we took it into our own hands and made it change.
For sure. To be honest, the whole thing really started from HGTV Tiny Home Renovation, that whole little series that they used to do about tiny home makeovers.
I thought they were stupid.
Yeah, and I was like,
into tiny homes.
And I was super intrigued. Not to say that I would want to do it, but I was just intrigued.
I think how it kind of happened was we started to think we wanted to travel a lot more because we loved it, but we didn't want to leave our pets because that made us sad. So we were like, maybe we'll drive around the United States, you know, maybe we'll do something like that. And then we thought, hey, maybe we could do an Airstream and we could just take, you know, some random trips here and there, because we had seen them on Instagram, so that kind of sparked our interest. Originally, we just started looking on Craigslist as just like,
see what we could get for our buck and just kind of see if it was realistic at all.
Yeah.
And it turns out it was. We saw a lot for actually reasonably priced.
Went and walked around a bunch of them, and honestly, like, took a little bit of a lull in searching because we got a little bit discouraged. We had a very strict budget. And didn't want to settle for something that we didn't really love, because it's a huge investment, at least for us. Like, we've never owned a home. We each owned cars, but like, that's not really the same. So it was our first big investment, and we wanted to do it right.
Yeah, we got mad.
Yeah.
We got very frustrated.
That's true. And eventually, a funny story, which is also another one, but we both came across the Craigslist ad at the exact same time, showed each other, and we're like, cool, if both of us like it, let's go look at it. This is it. Then we ended up getting it. You all know that whole story. Then all of a sudden, it was like happening, and we were there having to make the decision if we were going to buy it.
And then we were both like, kind of, holy shit, we're about to actually own an Airstream.
But then, it got even crazier, because we were like, we should just leave and move and just travel around the United States and quit our jobs and all that stuff, which came a little bit later, but there was a lot of build up to that, which stressed the crap out of me. Yeah,
which maybe we'll make a video about, because that was a huge transformation in our lives.
But yeah, so then it all just kind of happened super fast. We did the renovation in like 3 months and basically quit our jobs at the end of that point. And
I'm still a free agent, if anybody is wondering or anything like that. Yes, I am still a free agent.
Basically, it all happened super fast once we actually bought the RV, Airstream, whatever you want to call it.
Happened really quick.
It did happen really quick. So yeah, we did the renovation, quit our jobs, and then we were off. Of how it all happened. Now I can get into a little bit more of the why and the why Airstream. So basically that all boiled down to the fact that we chose RV life, A, for the freedom of being able to go and travel and do what we want to do and see what we wanted to see, but also to kind of fulfill a purpose and bring more joy to our life, because our day-to-day wasn't doing that for us, and honestly, there was no better way for us to do that than through buying this guy. So here we are with our Airstream. Obviously he's vintage and obviously he's an Argosy, but basically we loved Airstreams because of how unique they were. Little did we know we'd be buying the most unique form of them, and we couldn't love him more. So now we can tell you all about why we chose Airstream specifically.
So, the first reason why we honestly consider an Airstream, and I know it probably sounds stereotypical, but it was the look. We love the outside look of it. We just love how it looks driving down the street or the road. The spherical shape of it, we loved it. So, number one was definitely just the look of an Airstream. So I think the second point has to be that it's incredibly durable. We actually haven't replaced any of the appliances. The only thing that we actually replaced was the propane tanks and the regular out front. So this is from 1977. I think the third point has to be that it holds its value. It's just a really good investment from what we saw. So for example, we paid $3,000 for this. It's not that big of an investment, and this is our tiny home. We spent probably about another $3,000, which you'll learn what it all went towards to, on actually the renovation process. And so for a total, it's about $6,000 that we put into Rock, and we could resell it for maybe double, potentially triple, who knows what. Let's get a female's perspective though.
This was super important to me. So I went to school for finance, so my brain works in like return on investment and all that jazz. When we did research, we saw that Airstreams hold their value extremely well, like Chad said, and what you put into it, you get out of it. No matter if you put a lot or a little, people will buy it again because of how high quality the product is, and just because of how it's like a vintage Airstream, and the name is so important, all because of how they manufacture the product. So if you actually do research on how Airstream manufactures everything, they do it all themselves, and I think that's super cool. So I think that we just really loved the brand itself for all those reasons combined. So that's why we're sitting in an Airstream right now, because we love it.
So another reason has to be just the fact that it's so easy to boondock with an Airstream. Not that it's not easy with another RV. We just found it incredibly simple and easy with our Airstream because everything and anything is just right here. Propane in the front, generator in the back, battery on the side, fresh water tank underneath the bed. So we just found that it's really, really simple to boondock, and it's also just incredibly efficient. So that was just another reason, another kind of perk to why we actually went the Airstream route. So without a doubt, number one reason why we got an Airstream, why we got an RV, why we went this route was because we're obsessed with our pets.
Obsessed, it's like a little ridiculous.
Are you guys obsessed with your pets?
We just love our pets. We are literally obsessed with them. So they can live with us in here, they can travel with us wherever we go, and that was a major...
Oh. So speaking of pets...
Oh no, he's going after it.
He might take the camera down.
So on that note, just make sure that you like this video if you liked it, subscribe to our channel, and honestly leave comments below for us because we have a whole series coming on living in an RV, what the renovation took, and all that stuff. So leave us any questions and we are happy to answer anything you have for us, budget, equipment, whatever it is. Just let us know and we will be happy to answer. And just make sure you ring the bell because then that way you can see when the next videos come out.
We will see you guys Friday for our latest vlog. Don't forget to check it out, and we'll catch you later.
Bye.
See ya.